Fitness, and thank you so much for coming out today and joining me on my very leafy back deck for our 15-minute express total body wake up. So we can isolate certain parts of our body to offer in separate videos. And this morning what we're going to do is just wake up everything from tip to toe. We're going to stretch it all out and let's get started. So all you need is a mat. If you want to grab some blocks or a great big book and some bolsters, anything you like, a strap, go ahead while I sip my coffee. I think we should do a wine workout too, but I don't know if that's appropriate, but I mean, I kind of say why not, right? Okay, what I want to do this morning is we're going to start by stretching actually our ankles. So I'm going to move back just a little bit since I'm very clearly not a very technological person and I'm doing this from self-filming. So what we're going to do is come to a kneeling position. My feet are nice and flat under my legs. Placing our hands on our lap. See how it feels to move those hands slowly back and ever so slightly push the legs off the mat. I mean, they might even come just a millimeter off the mat, and that's okay. Perhaps they come up a little higher, the front of the ankles. Perhaps we take our hands out in front of us and just feel that gorgeous stretch. Something we don't get to do a lot of, so just see how this feels. I'll tell you right now, I'm on hardwood doing this and it's not super comfy. And release. Now we're going to counter that stretch by placing the balls of our feet and our toes onto the mat. Oh, I'm back on the mat now and that feels very nice. And just resting. Take a few deep breaths in and out here. And when it feels good for you, go ahead and take the feet back down into a nice neutral position. Perfect. Let's get upright just for a quick moment here. So I'm going to plant my hands down on the mat before me. Walk my knees back so I'm in a tabletop position. And here I will plant my toes onto the mat. Now in the next exhale, I'm going to go ahead and exhale my hips up and back as my feet come slightly flatter to a downward facing dog. Maybe you like to walk your dog here. It's a really nice stretch. You can see we're going from the ground up. We're working into our calves, our whole back body now. And see how far those knees would like, those heels would like to plant back in the mat. Take a big inhale. And a nice long exhale. Here I'm going to look forward in between my hands and I'm going to softly step my feet in between my hands. You can jump, you can step. Well, how are you feeling today? My legs are slightly bent and I'm just going to drop my head and fold forward. Here you might like to bend your knees even more so you can really tuck the chin and let the back go. On our next inhale, Let's elevate so the back is nice and flat. Maybe my hands are on my shins, my knees, my thighs, or on the mat. And on my next exhale, I drop it forward. And on our next inhale, let's take the hands up high. Urdhva Hastasana. Up over my head. And I'm going to exhale and swan dive myself forward. Let it all go, guys. Let it all go. Give it a shake. Doesn't that feel good? Here on my next inhale, I will take my right leg back. And I'm going to plant it, my heel down on the mat behind me. But he's not all the way behind me. He's a little bit off to the side. So if I turn to you and show you, my leg is not fully behind the other leg or lined up with it. It's a little off to the side, okay? Both knees are straight with just a micro bend in that front knee. Here I'm going to raise my arms on a big inhale. And I'll exhale, taking my hands to either side of the front leg. And if it feels really good, I know it's a deep stretch, bending the chin to the chest. Now here you might be feeling a lot of pull in the hamstrings. If it feels too intense, bend that knee just a little bit. And let's inhale, plant the hands down just slightly in front of that front foot. Exhale, squiggle and wiggle the back leg back. And I'm going to take that back leg down to the floor. Here on my inhale, I'll lift my hands up again. Nice and proud. Maybe my hands come to prayer overhead or stay long. And exhale, I will tilt my back just ever so slightly back. Ooh, I lost my balance a little. And come back down. Lift on that back leg into a runner's lunge. And here I'll take, so my left leg is forward. My left hand is going to come up on my inhale. And just a nice gentle twist here. Sometimes we want a little more motion, a little more yang in our practice. Maybe I exhale, take it down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Perfect. Let's come back now into downward facing dog. I'm going to take this leg all the way back. Extend. Hips come way up high. Maybe I would like to walk my dog a little bit. And I can either jump or walk forward, feet between my hands, and exhale. Let it all go. I'll lift halfway on my inhale. And I'll exhale, let it all go. Shake it out. On my next inhale, I'll bring my hands up overhead. And on my next exhale, I'll let it all go again. Lovely. Okay, here we go for the next one. I'm going to take my foot back to a pyramid pose, so my left foot's coming back just a little bit out to the side of my body. I'll come up tall, inhale. Make those legs nice and long. And then I'll slowly exhale and bring it back down. Oh, it's a deep stretch, you guys. Feel it going through your body. Send energy all through your calves and your hamstrings. Let's place our hands now on either side of the front foot. Scoop, wiggle and squiggle the back foot, the left foot back into a runner's lunge. Take it down really slowly. And we can come up to an upright position. And if that feels good today, take your arms up nice and high. And on your exhale, make a C shape with your spine. And softly exhale. Take them back down. Here I'll tuck my feet at the back, bring it up, and planting my left hand outside of my right foot, I will inhale and twist up. Exhale as I take it down, if that feels good for you. And take it down. Let's come back to downward facing dog. Notice how you feel. Does anything feel different for you now than it did just a few minutes ago when you started? Now, here I'm going to take my right leg and bend my knee, and I'll bring my right knee towards my right hand while letting my left leg sink back. Okay? If it feels nice and comfortable for you, go ahead and squiggle wiggle your right ankle towards your left hand. See how you feel, right? Okay? Staying on your hands. This is a big hip opener. We're working our way up the body. So, maybe you want to just stay like this. Does that feel intense? If it doesn't feel too intense, perhaps you like to come onto your forearms. You might like to rest a nice cushion or bolster under your left hip. And it might be really nice to put something here. I didn't bring one today, but I have my coffee, so I'm okay. Otherwise, you might even like to rest. Coming up on my next inhale, I'm going to softly release that leg back. Softly bring myself into a downward facing dog. And take my left leg forward. My left knee comes towards my left hand. My right leg goes back. I look forward. Feel a really nice hip stretch. Maybe I place my forearms on the mat. Maybe I even lie myself down on the mat. Softly I unfold. Bring my hands up. I so gently come in, unfold, quick downward facing dog, and then just take my knees to the mat. Here I'll find a tabletop position. and a quick gentle cat cow. So I inhale, arch, pushing my shoulders back and my chest really out. Exhale, arch it back. Inhale, exhale, cat. And come back into neutral to tabletop. I'll invite you now to take the hands out just a little further along your mat and slowly allow yourself to come down. With my hands just out beside my chest, I'm going to inhale and bring my chest and my chin up and sort of energetically pull my hands back to let my chest come up. And release. Now I'll take my hands out behind me and I'm going to really pull my chest up and my chin up. I come down with the exhale. As I inhale, I make space. And release. When it feels good for you, go ahead and come up onto hands and knees. Take your knees maybe about the width of the mat. Release back everything into a child's pose. And I invite you, if you want to put your palms looking at the sky. Then create a prayer pose with your hands. Perhaps walk your elbows up a little bit and exhale, release. Release down. Come back up and slowly, gently come onto your back on the mat. We're almost finished for today. Perhaps you'd like to rest on your mat. Maybe you'd like to just enter into Shavasana. Or maybe you want to just gently wiggle your elbows, your head back. And now, take your hands out by your sides. Take your legs out by your hips. And let everything go. I always encourage you to stay in Shavasana for so long as you need. Of course, if you have a business meeting, maybe you need to come out of Shavasana or do whatever you got to do. But I'd like to thank you for joining me today for just our quick express wake up your whole body workout. I hope that helped you to feel a little more energized on this very beautiful fall day here in Ottawa. Okay, thank you for coming, everybody. Have a very beautiful day.